Whitey. And with that, Boldo, I have to introduce you a new caster. She is one of the best caster that I have been with, and she's none other than Sarah. She will be your partner for today. And Sarah, hello, Sarah, how are you?
Hello, PG. Thank you for that beautiful welcome. And sorry, everyone, for the delay. I was actually stuck in traffic for quite some time and just managed to reach back. And Baldu, looking at the current draft, I would have to say that Team Celsius, they are definitely going in for a very cliche combination, that is the Johnson and the Udet. And looking at both of these teams, they would be going in for that standard rotation. But the side of Celsius, that Fanny would be starting on with his red buff. So the blue buff still stands at the risk of being invaded, considering there's a Belleric as well as the Deroth and Aurora.
And you did make a really good point there. You have to watch out for the Fanny who can come out with an invade at any time. And surprisingly, they're not really helping Dyro take his farm as fast as possible. They just want to try to get a win for Leslie in the gold lane.
Yes, definitely, as you were saying that, but the goal line is currently looks like it's suffering a bit because that Belric and Leslie are playing the poke game with Bruno. And early game Bruno, he's still a bit weak until and unless he gets up his Hasus claws. But look at that, she is already there for the backup. And then the side of Team Celsius, they're actually going to focus towards that goal line because Bruno has an insane late game potential as long as he protects himself from that vengeance. But look at Fanny, she is already put chunked down pretty low with that, like the Belleric, and but
Ooh.
the first blood would be secured by Aurora. That Dirot's early game shred that comes out so very beautifully. And look at him, he's not done. He's already engaging on towards the phobias, unaware of the Odette coming out there, who is also poking very hard. But the Fanny, she is going in for that chase, she's going in for that wall spam and manages to secure the kill on towards Derot. She has to come back now. But look at Tammuz, she is also very low, and Fanny is the one who secures the one and more kill. But the cutthroat landing on towards Aurora, passive has been put out, and Sporta secures the kill on towards that Aurora.
And already there is a lot of action within just the first 2 minutes of the game. The first turtle is not even up, as 4 kills on the scoreboard right away. Fanny doing a really great job. She ran out of energy towards the end, but was able to complete the wall spam in time. But the turtle is up. Both the junglers a little wary about stepping into, the turtles without picking up their buffs. Phobius on the bot side, dropping some poke onto this Thanos who does not have his ultimate yet. But on the top side, there is some action as Bruno picks up a kill, but Phobius still going on to 3. He does not want to stop. He's still taking some more damage. Heavy damage being taken up. He uses his flicker. He will not have it for the fight. Will he He chooses to re-engage into the fight instead. The ultimate of Thamos is online, but Boyko falls down. Finally, Flame Blaze Whitey taking a kill in response as Celsius responds again. 2 kills picked up. The Odet's ultimate is down. Neko's Queen picking up a kill as Killer Boy responds with a double kill onto the front line of Celsius. 3 people down, and the scoreboard is 6-5. Who do you think won that
And with
fight?
that, yes, Baldu, with that, Celsius is the one who secures the 1K goal lead, but it is the other red team who goes ahead with the turtle secure. That team fight, it was filled with ultimates being used up upon ultimates being used on top of all ultimates. Look at the Johnson on the top lane. He is securing that engage on towards Leslie, but Deroth will be the one chasing them down. But once again, Aurora
Oh, the
using that Frigid
Figure.
Glacier.
Oh my god, that was an absolute wombo combo picked up. Killer Boy taking up his second double kill of the day. Fanny wants to dive and misses the cable, but the cutthroat is there to secure a kill onto the Leslie. But on bot side, Boyko in some trouble. The Thamus is chasing him down. He is able to sustain through the fight, but falls through the passive explosion of the scythe. The molten crater picks up the kill onto him, and the game is really neck and neck right now.
And looking at the match situation right now, Celsius is actually leading even after the red team securing that turtle. But look at Odette, he is already going in with that the panic case, securing those cables. But it is Belleric and Aurora with those ultimates who actually managed to win out that team fight.
And dude, look at Flame Blaze, Whitey, man. Like, they're doing so well in these team fights. And look, Thamus on the bot side once again. These EXP leaners do not want to stop trying to go for highlight play after highlight play. Ultimates used up left and right, but the Phobius' cooldown is almost non existent. Johnson on the side trying to make a drive. Let's see, will he be able to succeed on catching that Leslie? The vision is there. Okay, he does not commit just yet. He's just going to drive around the land of Dawn. But on the bot side, Boyko being really, really aggressive, man. Someone has to stop this guy. Johnson has crashed on. The ultimates are used. There's just so much action as a double kill picked up. 3 kills on the side of Flame Blaze YT. They're completely dominating on this side as the turtle will once again be picked up. Zero contest at all.
And that's the beauty of Team Celsius, right? Team Celsius, they're gonna lose out on the team fight. But in terms of objectives, they are going to secure those. That Fanny trying to use the cut foot on towards Leslie, but the flicker has been baited out by her. But Fanny will be running out of the energy and trying to run away from the situation. But look at Belleric and Dira. They are there for that backlane dive, and the killer boy on that godlike, the one of the best teams of India, Celsius, is actually facing such a hard time against a newbie team. That shows the potential of the Northeast Cup in finding out those new talents. But look at Johnson, he is being chunked down low and he will be going down.
And right now, on the bot side, while they picked up a kill, Thamus is in a bit of a tough spot. The damage of Odette is there. He cannot sustain the enhanced, footballs that is Bruno is slashing on to the Thamus. He could not sustain and falls. Finally, Celsius picking up some kind of scraps. But speaking of scraps, they picked up a free kill onto that Leslie. She could not sustain even for a second under that cutthroat that Fanny put down. Mikasa just too much to handle for Flame Blaze on the gold lane. Boyko trying to pick up the top side turret, but 3 people of Flame Blaze are there. The Dyroth is there once more. The Frigid Glacier used, and another kill picked up. Legendary for this guy. Someone stop this Dyroth. He is on an absolute killing spree right now.
That is the like I do not know what to say in the situation because Deroth is such a hero that if you give him that early game advantage along with the passive threat which he has, he will just wreck your team. But look at Aurora, she will be hunted down by that Johnson Bruno and the your dead, and she will be going down under her turret. Deroth being a little too over aggressive here. He is very, very low. That ultimate is used and legendary once again for that Deroth. Like sussing everything in that team fight. Johnson trying to protect the Bruno and will be successful in doing so. But the flicker knockup coming in by Boyko on towards the Deroth. He is already very low, but the Deroth, like the farm coming in from the side of Deroth.
He's just the goal lead is just too much for him to handle. It's just too much, Sarah. I don't know how will they handle, the goal lead that they've given onto a Dyro. Maybe if they can drag the game out to late game, there's a chance. But it's really hard for this Johnson to dive against an Aurora and a Belleric. Look at Fanny. She was there just for a second and loses half her HP with just one enhanced S2 from this Dyro. Just really, really difficult situation for Celsius Esports to be in right now. They have lost turrets. They've lost all their outer turrets except for the mid lane one, on the tier 3s. And they've not got any turtles to, for their name. And once, Flame Blaze begins invading, it's going to be even harder for them to catch up.
Exactly as you mentioned, Baldu. But look at Leslie. She will be the one securing a kill on towards Fanny. An answer to all those cutthroats in the early game. And look at the top lane, that Phobius and Bruno trying to kill that Thamus who has used up his vengeance. And finally, he'll be going down. Johnson in the bot lane, in a bit of a danger. He'll chunk down very low on the flicker. Frigid Glacier
what is he doing?
Missing.
Dude,
But Aurora,
iframes are he doesn't need immunes like Lancelot. This guy is just dodging every single ultimate, using the flame shot and giving us all a scare. A really great job. He bought a lot of time. He even baited out the flicker off that Aurora. So I guess that kill was a really expensive one for Flame Blaze.
Yes, and meanwhile, using that distraction, using the Johnson as a bait, Celsius actually managed to shut down the Deroth in the top lane, and that's a huge chunk of gold secured by them, putting the goal difference back to just 1k, which means that Team Celsius will be trying to look for a comeback. Leslie is in danger, but Johnson, like he managed to dodge the enemy skills, he also dodged the enemy itself. But look at that cutthroat coming in once again. dodging that Pretty Glacier, but locking on towards Leslie once more. Johnson on that damage build, I believe, with the dire hit too. Once we have a look at the items, will be very, very lethal.
And look at that, Celsius, despite getting, struggling against that Dyro in the early game, are managing to secure a comeback for themselves. The goal lead is almost nil at this point. They're already starting on that Lord, which is up. That Bruno is dealing a lot of damage. Nox is just shredding this Lord out. Next 0-2 is also there. Thamus giving vision. Who is gonna win this Lord dance? It's just Thamus, and it's instead Nox who picks up this Lord. They still want to commit onto the fight. The Johnson crashes. The Phobius is jumping left and right. The ultimates use. Frigid Glacier hitting nothing but air. Bruno is in the thick of it all. He's playing like an XP laner. Look at this man. He's taking kills left after left. But Neko's Queen picking up a triple kill for herself as it's a wipeout. Celsius Esports. The comeback is there and it is done as they pick up the wipeout of this game.
And oh my god, Celsius finally back in the lead, showing what they are made of, showing why they are one of the top teams of India. Once more, making that comeback in this game. That they're not being overly aggressive, considering he does not have that farm lead anymore. 0-2 Knox, they are already back in the lead. But look at Johnson, he would not be crashing onto that Deloth and save up his ultimate to pick up a dead and crash on towards their marksman, who would be one of the main damage dealers. But look at Knox, he's on that unstoppable. He is on the revenge arc, but the cutthroat on towards the Leslie manages to
Oh my
secure two
god.
kills on them.
Dude, that cutthroat was not even under the turret, it was inside their base. It was between those two turrets. He dove in, got the kill, and cabled out. That was a really impressive display of mechanics on the Fanny. Really great job by 0-2. But right now, Flame Blaze in a really tough situation. They've lost two of their inhibitors, and it's gonna be a really tight situation for them.
Oh, and Belleric using up that ultimate in the midst of nowhere. That's a precious, precious resource wasted as Team Celsius would be looking for that win. Another Frigid Glacier being used up in the middle of nowhere, and the Odette Johnson inside the base. Fanny with that kills, a double kill secured by the Odette. Nox bursting down Leslie like she is nothing but paper. Cutthroat using towards the Aurora. But the double kill being secured by
Over.
Nox. He would be going down to the turret, but the match would be going down in the hands of Celsius Esports.
Oh man, that was just it was an entertaining game left and right, but it was just so hard to watch for Flame Blaze because they had the entire advantage from the beginning and then they threw it at the end. From the mid game near that Lord, it was not necessary. They could have defended that fight.